One of the big stories a year ago was the Browns' successful trade for quarterback Deshaun Watson. Then we waited for the suspension. He missed 11 games. He played 6. He's back now, completely unrestricted, unfettered by anything the league could do as a result of the things that resulted in the suspension. Here's Kevin Stefanski, coach of the Browns, talking about his expectations for Watson in year 2, which is, as a practical matter, year 1 for Watson, full and complete year 1 in Cleveland. Here's what Stefanski said.
I would say he's going to be way more comfortable. Just, it's a new offense. It's a new verbiage, those type of things. Year 2 now for him, he'll be more comfortable. I think the big piece is getting comfortable with your teammates. There's no substitute for reps. There's no substitute for practice reps or game reps. So I think all those are valuable. I think just him having the guys down to Houston to throw, I think is great, and that's something he's always done in his career, and wants to make that a priority to have the guys down there and around him. So I think all of that adds up, but I know he and any player going into year 2 will be much more comfortable.
Yeah, look, absolutely. And they've already burned 1 of the 5 years of his contract. And now we're into year 2, and there are expectations internally and externally. Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the team, talked about it this week. He said Kevin Stefanski's not on the hot seat, but they expect to make the playoffs this year. And that's a big expectation for a team that has only made it once. Like, they had that 1 year, 2020, and they beat the Steelers with all those flukes that happened early in the wild card game. And then they gave the Chiefs a run for their money. And then the past 2 years have been underachieving for the Browns. This is where the bar is set high. And if it doesn't work this year with this revised offense, with a shift toward the passing game in Cleveland, there could be some changes. Somebody could be accountable because they're never going to blame it on Deshaun Watson. They've made this decision to go for Deshaun Watson and build the team around him. And if the other people in place to build that team around him aren't getting it done, they're the ones who are going to pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that is the way it is in the NFL. Hopefully they get a little time there. Again, this is a situation like with Kevin Stefanski that I think was thrusted on him. So you got to have a little bit of be mindfulness of that, at least to a degree. But I do, I'm with you or echo his sentiments. I mean, yeah, Deshaun Watson, I expect him to be he could be another guy where you said 8 guys, right? He could be that guy that we jump in and go, oh, hey, Deshaun Watson's a franchise quarterback. He was before all this stuff went down. Right? He definitely was in that top 5 combo. So let's see where he can get back to. I expect him to be kind of dancing around that again. I do. I'm a believer in Deshaun Watson, the football player, for sure. And now, hey, some of that other stuff's in the rearview mirror, right? And they do have a lot of things about their team they like. They've certainly improved the wide receiver room a little. We know the O-line's good. The running backs may be the best in football. The defensive coordinator, they got a new one there in Jim Schwartz. I think that's a big part of this thing too. How good is their defense and what does that look like? But, I think your point, is real. Playoffs are a high bar, especially in that division and in that conference right now. I mean, damn, like we've talked about, the AFC is loaded with teams and players and quarterbacks, So that is a high bar, and I hope it's not just playoffs because if they're 10-7 or 11-6 and don't make the playoffs, I hope it's not a type of thing where they get rid of Kevin Stefanski because of that.
But the pressure is high.
This
is where the payoff comes for everything they did. And if you're Jimmy Haslam, I went through all this crap. I had my partners give me the cold shoulder. I am the guy that they're all pointing to saying, don't do what that guy did. We better get some good performance out of Deshaun Watson to make up for all the stuff I've had to deal with to get to the point where we hope this guy is the right guy who's going to turn things around for the Cleveland Browns. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.